back in 2008, when the market crashed, I met a gentleman who owned a company called Paradyme, and it was actually out of Las Vegas, but he did stone and tile, he did other stuff. And I ended up becoming really good friends with him. In fact, started doing some business together. He had a lot of wealthy friends. We were raising money, and in fact, we're buying short sale leasebacks. But what I loved about the Paradyme brand is not only how we spell it, I thought it was just unique and different, and I think that was catchy, but the idea of paradigm, and I feel like the shifting in life has always been my life, right? It's always been something you have to do to stay on the front lines, implement technology. You got to continue to grow. You got to continue to shift. You got to continue to change. And that was really what kept the Paradyme brand moving forward to becoming a probably larger footprint in the industry and more well-known. I've just have been able to use that in a lot of my conversations with employees, friends, family about shifting and having to continue to shift and adapting to whatever it is you're going through or, a market change. The Paradyme brand is absolutely close to my heart, not only because of the name of it and what it means, but how your life consistently has to change. And if you don't, you fall behind. So I think what's happened over time is I've just settled in of these are the cards that I've dealt. It's not the poor me game. I need to use that though as fuel and identify specific things inside my personality and character that I can either do better at, I can use as motivation, I can use as discipline, and I can say it's okay to be this way because of what I've been through. But as long as that the decisions I'm making moving forward helps people, I know that it's okay. So I'm utilizing my past now as my fuel to drive this company and help the people that are loyal to me and, have trusted me. My investors right now are always thinking about how they're going to give back to their grandkids, most of them, due to the fact that my investors' age groups are in the 60s and 70s. Right now, I'm the same way. I've shifted my focus as to building something with a deep-rooted foundation that I can hand over to my two boys. With the market right now, and I think we all kind of fear how the world's turning out, I don't know how they're going to do down the road with the cost of living going up and kind of the way the world's going. I fear for my kids. I'm starting to make monumental changes inside the company to build a deeper foundation. So if something were to happen to me, I can hand it over to my kids. But more importantly, too, or equally as important, is the people that work for me, they're also leaning into the decisions in which I'm making for their kids and their future. I'm not just doing it for me and my family. I know how important that is to me and everybody that has been by my side, pouring their heart into this company with me. And if we can stick together, we can build something great. My mission overall is to build a product that is superior to everybody else. I'm a born athlete. I am very competitive, but in a respectful, peaceful way. I can talk to my competitors with so much love, peace, and respect. My mission right now really goes two ways: to fill my cup, deliver a superior product, and deliver on the commitments in which we make. So for example, raising money for a project is one thing. Delivering that project is a whole different animal. When I go and raise the money, that's just a very small aspect of my business. Dealing with it for weeks, months, and years to get it built is so much more of a headache than it is raising money. I can raise money with my eyes shut. It's building the project and delivering the project on time, on budget, inside the market, and trying to exit it. That is really where the hard part is. So when I say I want to build a superior product, it's because most of my energy needs to be spent on making sure the construction is underway, it's being done properly, it's on time. So by having that competitive edge is what's allowing these projects to get completed. I also have made commitments to investors early on that if you invest with us and you give me your trust, I'm going to fight for us and I'm going to deliver that project. I personally think that one of the best things that ever happened to us was the pandemic. I believe what had happened is we have now zoned in and are becoming a perfectionist at one craft and try to, instead of trying to be so diverse and kind of tag all of the real estate asset classes that were doing well at the time, it's really kind of honed that in, which is actually good because it creates consistency, but it also makes us better on what it is we decide to focus on. So between Paradyme Storage and our Barn Caves project, I think those are going to be the two asset classes we're going to focus on moving forward, including our secured income fund, which is our private money lending fund. It's a very lucrative business plan. A lot of investors have been in it. I've been doing that for 23 years. So it's kind of like the back of our hand, but it's a really good asset because it keeps boots on the ground, kind of identify what's doing what, who's doing what, how real estate agents are acting, what technology is coming out. So we use a lot of that data from there. But what I foresee is that we are going to be building a lot of the Barn Caves projects and concept throughout the country. So what is a Barn Caves project? Barn Caves, for those of you who don't know, I have an 18-acre site right now where I'm building 120 plus units of residential, single-family detached with an RV garage that's a drive-through with 2 units, 2 stories above it that's residential. So it's a more higher level, more polished residential product that's designed like a barn dominium, utilizing the practices of building the barn, more steel rather than lumber, cutting our labor costs and having more open space, which helps us cut costs and then transfer that asset. So trying to marry up something that's trendy, something that we can build high density, community center that people actually want to go to, along with an asset class that we can just basically print out and continue to move forward. And I truly believe in the next 5 years, that could easily be close to $1 billion company, if not at it. It just depends on how aggressive we go and how much money we start raising now to get to that B level. But I do believe wholeheartedly with the team that I have, with my experience, with the pains that I've been through, my testimony is kind of unique, how much, I've had to go through to get to where I'm at in my life. I'm only 40 and I continue to tell my team I'm just getting started and I've been at it 23 years. I really believe in my heart we have the right culture, the right sophistication. We're utilizing the right methods. We have the right investors. We have a lot of support. We're getting city support for wherever we are located. And I think we're doing pretty well on seeing what the growth is going to be. And it really allows us to kind of reach out and touch it. Those practices have already been implementing and it's working. So I truly believe in the next 5 to 6, 7 years, this will be $1 billion company.